Hey there guys, hope you all are doing well. So this is going to be part 2 of the symbolic road sign category. So starting off with question 13, you are driving on a rural gravel road and see a triangular warning sign indicating a motor gate ahead. The road appears clear and there are no visible animals nearby. What is the correct and safest driving response? Is it option A, maintain your speed as the gate is built for vehicles to drive over without stopping? Is it option B, accelerate slightly to reduce the time spent driving over the grid surface? Is it option C, slow down before reaching the motor gate, maintain firm control of the steering wheel and proceed cautiously? Or is it option D, stop completely and wait to be waved through by a farm official? Now, this motor gate warning sign is basically going to warn you of a motor gate that's either going to be to the left, to the right, or in the middle of the road. Now, our current sign has an arrow pointing towards the right hand side, so that means that it's going to warn you of a motor gate to the right of the road. So firstly, you need to slow down, right? You need to then be on the lookout for any oncoming vehicles that may also want to cross the same gate. Now option A states, maintain your speed as the gate is built for vehicles to drive over without stopping. Now that is incorrect, because if there's another oncoming vehicle, you're going to have to stop for that vehicle. Option B says, accelerate slightly to reduce the time spent driving over the grid surface. Again, if there's another vehicle there, you cannot accelerate. So you need to look for the option that's going to tell you to slow down, right? Now option D says stop completely and wait to be waved through by a farm official. Now you can't wait there forever, because what if there's no farm official around? Therefore option C will be our correct answer. You need to slow down before reaching the gate, maintain firm control of the steering wheel and proceed cautiously. Now please be aware that there's going to be 3 different versions of the sign, right? To the right, to the left and in the center. So whichever sign you get in your test, the same rule is going to apply, just the direction is going to be different, right? So please keep that in mind. Question 14. While driving on a highway, you see a triangular warning sign indicating a tunnel ahead. The tunnel entrance is not yet visible. Now what are the correct precautions that you should take as you approach and enter the tunnel? Is it option A, maintain your speed and turn on your high beam headlights to see clearly inside the tunnel? Is it option B, reduce your speed, switch on your dipped headlights or fog lights if necessary and avoid overtaking inside the tunnel? Is it option C, stop before entering the tunnel to check for any height or width restrictions? Or is it option D, turn off your vehicle's headlights inside the tunnel to save your battery power? Now option A says to maintain your speed and turn on your high beam headlights to see clearly inside the tunnel. That is going to be incorrect, because if you turn on your high beam headlights, you are going to blind the other driver that's going to be coming in the oncoming lane. With option C, it says stop before entering the tunnel to check for any height or width restrictions. Now that is not allowed because you are going to delay traffic. And option D says turn off your vehicle's headlights inside the tunnel to save battery power. Now, sometimes inside some tunnels, it's going to be very dark, so you need to have your headlights on. Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You need to reduce your speed. You need to switch on your dipped headlights, because remember, your dipped headlights are not going to shine in the oncoming driver's eyes. Or you need to switch on your fog lights if necessary, and you need to avoid overtaking inside the tunnel. Because remember, inside your tunnel, your visibility is going to be very low. So if you're going to overtake and you're not going to see another car in the oncoming lane, there's going to be a very terrible accident there. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. Question 15. You are driving a delivery truck with a height of 4.5 meters and you see a triangular warning sign indicating a height restriction of 4.42 meters ahead. The actual height barrier is not yet visible. What is the correct course of action? Is it option A, continue driving, the warning sign is just advisory and you can proceed if the truck fits under the barrier? Is it option B, immediately stop and find an alternative route before reaching the height restriction? Is it option C, slow down and carefully proceed, trusting that your truck can clear the height restriction carefully? Or is it option D, attempt to drive through quickly before any height barrier appears to avoid traffic buildup? Now automatically from our question, we can see that the delivery truck will have a height of 4.5 meters, which is well above our restriction of 4.42 meters. Therefore, automatically you need to look for the answer that's going to tell you that you cannot use this area. right? So option A says to continue driving, that will be incorrect. Option C says to slow down and proceed carefully, now that is also not allowed. And option D says attempt to drive through quickly, now that is also not allowed. Therefore, only option B can be our correct answer. You need to immediately stop and find an alternative route before reaching the height restriction. Question 16. You are driving a vehicle that is 2.3 meters wide and approach a road showing a triangular warning sign indicating a width restriction of 2.1 meters ahead. The restriction is not yet visible. What should you do? Now this question is very similar to our previous question. You need to look for the answer that's going to tell you are not allowed to enter this area. Because remember, the question is already telling you that you are driving a vehicle that is 2.3 meters wide, right? And there's going to be a width restriction of 2.1 meters. So is it option A, continue driving carefully and try to squeeze through the narrow section? That is incorrect. Is it option B, slow down and prepare to stop and find an alternative route that accommodates your vehicle's width? That is correct. Can you see how they're immediately telling you to slow down and find an alternative route? Because if we look at option C and D, option C says to signal to oncoming traffic and proceed. That is incorrect. Option D tells you to attempt to pass by driving as close to the edge as possible. That is incorrect as well. So therefore, option B will be our correct answer. Question 17. You are driving a truck that is 16 meters long and approach a triangular warning sign indicating a length restriction of 15 meters ahead. The restriction barrier is not yet visible. What should you do? Now again, the sign is very similar to the previous two questions that we just touched on. Is it option A, continue driving carefully and try to navigate the restricted section slowly? Is it option B, stop immediately and find an alternative route that accommodates your vehicle's length? And automatically you should know that that is your correct answer, because your question is telling us that the truck is 16 meters long. However, there is a length restriction of 15 meters ahead. So option B will be our correct answer. Question 18. You are driving a heavy goods vehicle downhill and see a triangular warning sign indicating a steep descent ahead. What is the safest and most legally appropriate action to take? Is it option A, maintain your current speed and rely on the vehicle's regular brakes throughout the descent? Is it option B, shift to a lower gear before starting the descent and control your speed using your engine braking? Is it option C, increase your speed to maintain momentum while descending? Or is it option D, use the parking brake intermittently during the descent to slow down? Now this sign is basically going to warn drivers, especially drivers of heavy vehicles, that you're going to need to prepare for a long sharp downhill slope. Therefore, the safest method that you can use is to shift into a lower gear right before descending to use your engine braking, and that's going to reduce your reliance on your foot brake, because remember, your foot brake can overheat and it can fail. So therefore option B will be a correct answer, because if you look at option A, it says to maintain your current speed. Now if you're going to be approaching a part of the road that's going to start going downhill, you're going to be moving at a very fast speed. Now that is going to be very dangerous, especially if you're going to just rely on your regular brakes. What if something's going to happen to your brakes? What if it overheats and fails? Now with option C, it says to increase the speed. You should never increase your speed when you're going downhill. And with option D, it says to use the parking brake intermittently. If you're going to use your handbrake, that's going to cause your vehicle to lose control. Therefore, only option B can be our correct answer. Shift to a lower gear before starting the descent and control your speed using your engine braking. Question 19. While driving a heavy vehicle, you approach a triangular warning sign indicating a steep ascent. What is the safest and most efficient driving technique to manage this section? Now remember, you're no longer driving downhill, you are now preparing to drive uphill. So is it option A, maintain your current gear and increase the accelerator pressure to climb faster? Is it option B, shift to a lower gear before the ascent and maintain steady throttle to prevent stalling? Is it option C, use the clutch to slip frequently to gain more torque while ascending? Or is it option D, shift to a higher gear immediately at the base of the hill to conserve fuel? Now remember, if you're going to be approaching a road that's going to have a steep ascent, you're going to need to lower your gear. So what do I mean? I mean that if you are driving in third gear, you need to then shift into second gear in order to have more power to go up that steep ascent. Because remember, if you take this ascent at a very high gear, your vehicle is going to stall. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. While driving on a 2-lane highway, you see a triangular warning sign indicating a slow-moving heavy vehicle ahead. The road is slightly winding and there is oncoming traffic. What is the best and safest course of action? Is it option A, attempt to overtake immediately before the next bend to avoid delay? Is it option B, reduce your speed, maintain a safe following distance, and only overtake when it is clearly safe and legal? Is it option C, maintain your speed and follow closely behind to reduce overtaking distance? Or is it option D, sound your horn continuously to encourage the heavy vehicle to move faster? Now in this case, the safest approach and the best approach is to slow down, keep a safe distance and wait for a clear legal opportunity to pass, and that's going to ensure that you and other drivers are always going to be safe. Therefore, if you're looking at our 4 options, only option B is going to relate to that. So option B says reduce your speed, maintain a safe following distance, and only overtake when it is clear. Now that is going to be your correct answer. You are driving on a paved road and see a triangular warning sign indicating that a gravel road begins ahead. What is the best driving approach to ensure safety? Is it option A, maintain your current speed since the road surface change does not affect vehicle handling? Is it option B, reduce your speed gradually before the gravel section and be prepared for reduced traction and longer stopping distances? Is it option C, accelerate quickly to cross the gravel section before any loose stones can affect your vehicle? Or is it option D, immediately stop and inspect your vehicle's tires before proceeding? In order to keep your vehicle safe, in order to maintain control, in order to reduce any accidents, you need to slow down, right? So reduce your speed gradually, and you need to be prepared for reduced traction and longer stopping distances. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. You have been driving continuously on a gravel road and see a triangular warning sign indicating that the gravel road ends ahead. What should you anticipate and do as you approach this sign? Is it option A, increase your speed immediately as the road will become smoother and safer? Is it option B, maintain your current cautious speed, then prepare to adjust your driving as the road surface transitions to tar or concrete? Is it option C, expect the road surface to become less stable and reduce your speed further later? Or is it option D, stop completely and check your tires before continuing? Now, even though your road surface is going to improve, because remember you're going from gravel to tar, it does not mean that you should accelerate. Therefore, option A is going to be incorrect. It's going to be important for you to maintain the speed that you are currently driving at, and then once you're on this new road, you can then assess what you need to do. Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You need to maintain your current cautious speed, then prepare to adjust your driving as the road surface transitions to tar or concrete. So that was part 2 of the symbolic warning sign category. Now there are so many signs that I have to touch on. So in the next video, I'm going to try to provide as many as possible because we need to complete this category and get onto the next category on signs. Because right now, I'm currently focusing on trying to cover each and every single road sign that you will need for your learner's license test. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you found that this video is helpful, please give the video a like. And if you want more videos of this, then please subscribe. To those that will be writing their learner's license test soon, I want to wish you all the best. Thank you once again for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.